Hey everybody, it's Mr. Lundquist here. It's been a long time since I've actually done a podcast or any kind of video, but after the last week and a half, I felt it important and necessary to reach out, say hello, but also just talk about a few things that have been going on, some things coming up, and remind you of some really important tools and features we have here around safety. It's been a tough week. I will tell you, since last Wednesday, so now we are, 9, 10 days removed from the incident that happened on May 1st. But we'll first and foremost thank you so much for those who have reached out, sent more than enough food. Whew, boy, I tell you, I think I've had a lot of baked goods this week. But between teacher appreciation and all just the community support over this last week, we just thank you so much for your support, for your help, for your assistance. And we couldn't get through this without you as a supportive community. So thank you. We're tired today. Your students are probably tired too. I think Monday was a nice day to be back. Things were great. Tuesday felt pretty good to get back into a B day, and that now I think the energy level is really starting to wean off. It takes a while to recover from when you have these really intense experiences to get your body right and to get yourself kind of back up and going. And so, yeah, just know that your students are probably pretty tired. I know I certainly am. Our staff is tired. And we're hoping to get our rest this weekend. So please get the rest this weekend. It was nice to have some AP testing, and there's some games going on, and some decent weather this week to help keep us kind of refocused on some other things. So again, thank you for the support, all the kind words, all the feedback. I know that we've been getting has been really appreciated. So just thank you. I do want to highlight something that I know we have talked a lot about. And I really want to highlight a website called Speak Up, Speak Out, right? Speak Up, Speak Out, Wisconsin. This is a site that you can use to report bullying incident, especially if you see something, not even just bullying, but if you see something that's suspicious, something that you want to report, especially like what we had this past week is really important. So you can go to this website. I'll have it linked, speakup.wi.doj.gov. You can hit submit a tip, and it brings you right here. It's really quick, right? You put in the school, the event, answer a few questions, hit submit, done. We get those reports, and we can take a look. It's anonymous, but it's really helpful for us to be able to do this. There's also 1-800 number. You can call 911. But know that this is a really important tool from Speak Up, Speak Out, Wisconsin. And reporting a threat and reporting these things, keeps us safe, right? But so this is a tool that you can use. But I think, last week, and one of the things that we've noticed over this past, 8-9 days is that the systems we have in place worked, right? I mean, we have entryways that are hard to get through that you have to buzz in. Can be inconvenient, but I'll tell you, I'm okay with that. We really try to be sticklers about not propping doors. Please have conversations with your student about if they're at the school and they're in an event, they're in a co-curricular, they're in a sport, they're in a class, please do not prop doors. That can happen once in a while, and we're really trying to avoid that. Not letting students in, even if you know them. There are students that we know that sometimes maybe aren't supposed to be on campus for a while. And so I think being mindful of just not letting students come and go, I know that can be difficult from a social perspective, but that's really important safety. So all those like little things we have in place, we really talk in the building about teachers taking good attendance and students being where they're supposed to be. Stop going to the cafe and hanging out in the cafeteria with study hall lingering and then going back. Something happens, we need to know where you are. So when these incidents occur, we can take attendance, we can track you down, we can make sure you're safe, and make sure we communicate with your family that you're okay. So that's a big piece. We ask that you really have conversations at home. And there were some families that saw a message from Dr. Salerno last night. And the one thing I want to reiterate about that message was have a conversation about flippant comments. Because I think what happens is as students, I think a student will say something frustrated, and make a comment, and we're taking those serious. We're calling law enforcement, we're investigating, we're taking those really seriously right now, as we always do, but especially in light of what happened last week. Flippant, funny comments, sounds, noises, hand gestures, we're going to have a serious conversation about it all. So I think the biggest thing to take away is make sure you're having good, serious conversations with your student. That this stuff is important and school safety is really important. And so just wanted to highlight that. In the newsletter, there's some really important stuff that I do want to make sure, especially 11th grade families. You have a University of Wisconsin has their kind of direct admit About 80 of the 185 students in the junior class have opted in or opted out of that. I've included the directions again in the newsletter, so please check that out. That's going to be really, really important for you to do. I'll have to get as many people as we can to opt in, opt out. That has to be done before the end of the month, so we can get that information over. We've got a link to the school school online store if you're looking for gear, have some graduation information, and just some other dates to remember. But yeah, we're kind of coming up on the end of the year. Fall sports sign up deadline is May 16th. There's an email from Ms. Richardson, so the students should be checking that if they haven't signed up for a fall sport. There's really good, important stuff in here. And senior class will be sending out a direct message to you early next week about graduation, practice, and all those things. Now that we're about 3 weeks out from that, we'll get all that information directly to you early next week in a separate newsletter. So thank you. Just spend a little time with me today. I wanted to reach out and just say thank you again from the bottom of my heart and everybody here. Our appreciation for the support that this community has provided during this challenging time. And it will get easier, but there will days that will be harder. There are things that will become difficult. And if you need help, if you need support, if you know someone in need, please reach out. Please contact us. Make sure you're using the Speak Up Wisconsin. And use the resources that are there. If you're concerned about a friend, if you're concerned about yourself or a family member, please use that. Come and contact us, and we can make sure we can be as helpful as possible. Have a good weekend, and we will see you soon. Thanks.